So finally out here in Vietnam, and there's a whole controversy of like Vietnamese food isn't great in Vietnam. So why not to actually come here and get the whole spiel? I invited my friend Chris. What the heck, bro? You're in an ao dai? What is? What's your opinion on pho then, bro?
My opinion is this is a very controversial topic. But we're gonna go talk about it today.
So we have this pho challenge. He picks a joint, I pick a joint. So which joint did you pick?
Yeah, so this is my favorite here. This is Pho Tin by Seoul. I think now it's just called Pho Seoul.
Is it a chain?
It's a chain. As in there's like a few locations.
It's on Hai Chiều.
Right now we're on Hai Chiều. Today we're just gonna get their classic, their signature, which is the pho that's like part regular traditional pho meat, like thigh and nam, and then also the stir fried on top. That's what makes.
And this is more northern.
This is definitely northern.
Northern South pho.
So Pho Tin originates.
We in
from-
Saigon, you got a northern pho, bro.
I like northern pho, man. Like I think that we as Vietnamese, we get to pick from like all the different regions, you know. So like, em ơi, cho gọi một cái signature.
Anh muốn dùng thịt thường hay là thịt tái đâu anh đưa ạ?
Thịt thường thôi.
Dạ. Em có xay vừa, xay đại hay là xay nhỏ?
Vừa, cho mình xay dừa đi.
Chỉ gọi một cái mà hai chén. Được. We got the
Look how nice that looks.
fried beef.
So this is what I mean by it's not like street pho, because it's actually very attractive bowl of pho, right?
Onions here.
It's aesthetic.
From that
Look
broth.
at that.
Look at that.
You can tell from the spoon. Clear broth.
Consomme.
That's
So
what I
it's
like.
like very, like a lot of the broth depends. Like you skim it.
Yeah. And you can smell like
The aroma.
the aroma. There's big chunks of garlic, but not just any garlic, right? You can tell it's stir fried in the wok.
Some of that. This broth is very clean.
Right.
I get some of the beef here. We're in Vietnam, right? Chris is older. Here you go, bro.
Oh,
You didn't see that coming, bro, from a Canadian. I'm learning.
you know what? I'm accepting it these days, man.
Half Vietnamese.
Learning the ways.
Our ao dai's gonna get some damage, bro.
That's how it's meant to be, man. It is kind of like an apron if you think about it.
I usually don't eat this early, bro. I usually fast in the morning, but it's currently 8 a.m. This is like afternoon for most Vietnamese people. They wake up like 4.
Yeah, but this is breakfast. I think that's something a lot of people don't know is pho is breakfast food.
And then just the Americans just took it over and they made it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whenever.
And it should be. You should be able to enjoy pho at all hours.
Here's the thing though with us is Vietnamese people, pho is just like pho. Right? It's not like, oh my god, it's like our national. But in the West, people are like, oh my god, pho, bro, you got the hangover.
Yeah, I do feel that.
I talk to locals and there's like,
yeah.
pho, whatever. I'd rather have some like bún đậu is more cool or like,
Yeah, that's
but
so
us,
true.
Our overseas is like, oh my god, bro, pho.
Once it got exported, it became like the brand of Vietnamese culture.
Yeah.
It's like immediately people think pho as like the national dish.
Okay, let's try this. So one thing before we get into this is the bánh pho. So the noodles is different.
Always fresh and
Different.
always kind of thick.
Here's the garlicky. The beef is actually tender, not as chewy as it looks.
Yeah. Yeah, so typically, this is what I've heard, Vietnamese palate, people here like meat that's chewy, right? Yeah, so this is a lot softer.
Chefs might also agree. They douse it with the sriracha and the For me, good pho, you don't really need to add anything. Maybe a little bit of like garlic, pickled garlic, some spice, but besides that, I think it's good.
I'm the same, and that's probably why I like northern pho too, because there's no big plate of herbs, which sounds blasphemous to a lot of people, but to me, I just want to like get right into the pho. Everything's in the bowl. So northern style, you don't have that big giant plate of like Thai basil and all that stuff. It's just all in the it's in the soup already. Yeah, so clean and to me like the right amount of salty and it has that wokness, that wok-a to it.
Because like when people say pho is like not that good, like where are they trying pho, right? That's where I'm like wondering in Vietnam, like where are you going to getting this comparison? Just like street pho, do you think most people are, or like?
I think the pho is different than overseas.
Yeah.
Even if you go to like a restaurant or if you get on the street, like it's pretty distinct in my opinion.
And do you think that's like more of Americanized, westernized pho? Like we took the same concept and just kind of bigger, different qualities of meats.
I think you hit it on the head. I think it's those two things. Like definitely those two things. Bigger and the meat is different. And like just that's what sets it aside.
So when people think of pho, they're actually not thinking of like Vietnamese pho. It's essentially westernized pho. You think about it that.
I think like the vast majority of like ingredients and the style of making it and all that, it's still pho. I wouldn't say it's westernized pho. There's not like hamburger meat or something on it. Like it's not American fusion, but it's not from the motherland because of the ingredients and like the size. Because I don't know if you remember in your memory getting a bowl of pho back home, like how much bigger it is. Like here's the regular. This is the portion here is quite small.
Yeah,
it's normal.
Because usually you can do like 2 bowls.
I could do 2 bowls. Yeah, I could. I don't want to. I think Vietnam is like putting me on a default diet plan with these size portions.
Vietnam does have the lowest obesity rate.
It does. Yeah.
For a reason.
It's also kind of the illusion of like everything's so cheap, but like it's kind of not if you think about.
If you're a big guy like Chris, you're gonna spend the same.
Not that big, bro. Okay, yeah.
180?
These pants are a little bit tight. Okay, yeah, I'll admit it.
As we digress, let's go into like the little history about pho, right? It's still unknown, right? Some people, origin Hanoi, 200 years ago.
Origin actually Nam Dinh. That's my home, my dad's hometown. Yeah, our Quay.
Side note,
On my Noi side.
Why?
I gotta do Quay. It's so good.
And
it's the fat little boy in me. I gotta have my donut.
But then this is
so
Chinese
good.
though.
It's Chinese.
Why? In Cantonese is Yao Jiao Wai or something.
Yeah.
And it's like Chinese donut.
Mm-hmm.
But Nam Dinh, go on.
Yeah. So disclaimer, I'm not the expert. This is what I've heard. But the first bowl of pho in Vietnam, Nam Dinh province, that's the source of pho. But the influence on that dish, I've heard 2 different theories. 1 French, 2 Chinese. So I don't know enough to like prove which one it is, but those are the 2 origins that I've heard.
As the historian yourself, or likes to the history geek, French rule impacted cuisine, because a lot of people like the stereotype is like, oh yeah, French came here, and then they left and they influenced all this food in Vietnamese cuisine. So you think it was true for pho?
I don't see why it wouldn't be, because I think that in a lot of cultures, like when you have an idea of like, I don't know, what the elites are eating, you kind of want to imitate it. So I think that's kind of normal. Also, maybe, I don't know, maybe the French were influenced by Vietnamese food, and then they saw like what Vietnamese people were eating, and then they adapted something that kind of was a mix, of blend. Like I don't know what the initial feeling or motive was to it, but I mean, if you look at our cuisine, there's a lot of things that are French inspired, right?
Even our words.
Oh yeah, a bunch of loan words from French.
Chocolate.
Chocolat. Yeah.
Long dress shirt. Ao
Sami.
chemise.
Chemise.
In
Oh,
French,
okay.
bro.
So I'll speak. You're the Canadian. So you got
I know a little bit
you're
of
closer to
French.
French than me.
Chemise.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
chemise.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, so me.
Even some of the words that maybe have been phased out. Like
Yeah.
my family, we say for movie theater, cine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like, what is it?
Rap chiếu phim.
Oh yeah, rap.
Yeah.
A theory about it is like, there's a term where the French people like they marinate or cook a very clear like consomme broth. Consomme is like means clear, almost like chicken noodle soup broth. Pot au pho.
Yeah.
And people think
Yeah. And people are even saying the pot au pho, the tho part is tho that becomes bowl for Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Like tho pho is from pot au pho. Yeah. Which like
there's that theory.
I feel like that doesn't hold up.
Yeah?
Because the word tho, I think, is used like so unanimously for like so many things.
Yeah.
It's just the word for bowl, right? So like, did it really come from like one French dish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm skeptical about that.
As we're how would you rate this pho compared to the pho back home?
Oh man, controversial question. Like, don't hate on me. I love pho back home, man. Like, I can actually say that I love pho back home. Like here, just in general, right? I love pho, so this is my spot. But pho as a dish to eat in Vietnam, I'm not that big on. I never really crave pho in Vietnam. Yeah, but I do crave it back home, and it's. The difference for me is like we said earlier, the meatiness. It's the meatiness. It's like it hits a spot, you know, for me. And here, I think it's really honestly, I think it's the choices that we have. There's so much good Vietnamese food here that I don't think pho makes the list for me.
I feel like that's why the locals here also have that same sentiment of like, it's just pho.
I think you're right. Yeah, the majority of people here aren't going crazy about pho. They go crazy about ốc. Right? Like
Mắm tôm.
yeah, yeah.
Bún bò. I feel like bún bò might be more a thing.
Yeah,
here.
bún mắm. I hear like even bún bò Huế. People like really have cravings for.
But like, you think this pho is out of give it a 5 Chris Tran stars. Out of 5, how many Chris Tran stars does it get?
Oh, Chris Tran stars are really hard to get. So like I would say 5 is like pretty phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is to me it's a 4.
4.
'Cause
Okay.
it's very comforting. It's very satisfying for me. So I'm gonna say it's a 4 on the Chris Tran scale.
Because you have to incorporate price into this. Because this is locals don't eat this.
Locals don't eat this. Yeah, this
more
is
foreigner.
definitely a premium bowl of pho. Yeah.
So now I know a joint. We're gonna hit that up. Very local. It closes soon, so we should eat this really quick. We're gonna head there. Much more local, and a lot of people like, oh, because all these VidQs overseas like pho's not good. Y'all don't know the right spots, so we're gonna hit there, and let's see Chris's opinion. Got you, bro. I got you.
Okay. Hello anh.
Đúng rồi, đúng rồi. Pretty well known. You haven't heard of it?
I have not.
So
Never heard of it.
We tried out. It closes at 10.
That's when you know it's legit. Because that's how fresh it is.
Because I feel like most overseas people that come here, they don't know these joints. Chris doesn't know this joint. He's been here for how long?
6 years total.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to Pho Ngoc and we're gonna check it out. Till 10:30. Just go in and sit anywhere.
Yeah, come on.
This is very local. Very local. There's English here, so
You know this is like legit and very popular because it seems like they bought their neighbors' houses to extend their business. You know, it just keeps going. So you want to order? I ordered the last place, so you go bust out ordering this one.
bro, you give me anxiety. The coffee's hitting. One of each. One bowl.
You want to do one each?
I think one each.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Chị ơi, cho em một tô tái nạm.
Quá đẹp. Em ăn gì tái?
Dạ cũng tái nạm luôn cô. Dạ.
One egg. One egg.
Cái trứng này là trứng gì vậy cô? Onsen là hoga trong một cái chén riêng đúng không cô?
Đúng rồi.
Ok. You want just one each?
Yeah.
2 chén hả cô?
2 chén.
Với lại một đậu nành luôn.
Đậu nành.
Rồi drink.
Nóng hay đá hả?
Đá.
Em.
Em một ly trà đá đi.
Chỉ có cam giác thôi đó. Cam giác hoặc là đậu xanh, sữa đậu xanh, sữa đậu phộng.
Ồ, chị quảng cáo là phải mua rồi. Dạ, chị cho thêm một ly cam giác cho em luôn. Dạ.
Có đường không?
Ít đường thôi.
Dạ dạ.
Bro, you messed up, bro. You messed up.
Why?
So one thing I know, with the ladies, you never call them go.
Đậu phộng với
Oh,
You always refer to yourself as am, even if they're super older. Because if it's a lady, you want to call them Jay. It's a go. You do the -10 for them.
It's still the American in me because when we were growing up, we're always gong and everyone is go. We don't have G's in America.
Yeah. So then, you see how she called me am?
Yeah.
And you whipped out the go, and I'm like,
So your pho is gonna taste better than mine now.
both got Thai now.
Okay.
Okay. We got the
Yeah.
what was it? Oh my, I'm blanking.
The broth is definitely different. This is like it's that cloudy broth. But I'm no chef. Does that mean it's good or bad? I don't know.
It's different.
Oh, this is definitely more of a classic pho for sure. Cause like earlier we had pho thun. You had a lot of different flavors in there, and like the stir fried garlic and stuff makes
This
it
is
like
very
completely different.
Saigonese.
Yeah, this is a very Saigon pho, but not sweet like what people are afraid of, but definitely sweet, right? You can taste the sweetness in it.
You got your rao. You want to do your sriracha, your soy sauce.
So what makes a good pho for you?
I think the boldness needs to have some sort of the broth needs to have like a beefy.
Yeah,
Can't be too watery.
boldness is right. Yeah, the
Rich.
taste has to linger on your tongue after, right? So that there's a richness to it, and this definitely has that. Like after you eat it, you have to take a nap because how beefy.
There's a
it
little
is.
chewiness to the beef.
Yeah, I'm enjoying just like sipping on the broth right now. All right, let's jump in. The noodles are thinner.
Thinner, but also has a little bit chew.
A little more al dente. I love that. In the U.S., that beefiness, that boldness is like magnified, and like the beef is like we would use the word Ngoc, right? Which doesn't make sense in English to say the beef is sweet, but it's like the kind of like premium beef flavor comes out a lot more. And I think that's the main thing that sets it apart. But the broth here is really good.
I'm sure there's some spots in like the random alleyways like this that might not compare to quote unquote premium quality Westminster pho,
Yeah.
but pretty good.
Yeah, like you don't get pieces of beef like this in the States, you know? This is like small cut, you know, like very local market buy. In the US, like the slices of beef are like massive. Like eating this, can you taste what the flavors are?
It's like the base of like your onion. It's always crap load of onions, cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, your 5 spice, your usual.
Nice, man.
You used to be a chef, yeah?
That's more than I know. You used to be a chef?
You used to be able to cook.
Oh, okay. Peter has many talents.
How much stars?
Oh, how many stars for this?
So you were within 4.
I'm gonna
This is more
say. I'm gonna say 4 still.
You're just trying to be
it's-
political,
it's-
bro. You're just
I'm
trying
not. I'm not. This is like. Okay. Let me let the flavors sink in a little more. I think I'm gonna say it's like 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, yeah. Just because if I was gonna come back for pho and maybe bring a friend with me, I would definitely bring them here. I would definitely bring them here. But I don't know if like on my own I would like use this place to satisfy my pho cravings. But the other thing is like I don't really get a lot of pho cravings here in the first place. So yeah, it wasn't right away blowing my mind. You know, but it's a solid, really good bowl of pho.
This is pretty much what you can get in Saigon. This type of pho.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like this is like not the very best, but this is on the upper end of what you can find in Saigon
I
for
agree.
locals. Because we got Northern Pho, pho tin, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're comparing apples and oranges.
We're comparing apples and oranges. If you like traditional, it's always there.
Yeah.
Right? But like people are like, you know, kind of pushing the boundaries of like what Vietnamese cuisine could be. And I don't think like I don't want to hate on that. I think that's actually really awesome.
But it's not like Vietnamese food. It's Vietnamese fusion twist, right? Which is fine.
I don't even think so. I think a lot of it, I think we should still classify it as Vietnamese food if they're like, for example, putting like a big chunk of
You throw
bone
in
marrow and then
caviar and like a banh mi that's like caviar loaded.
okay, when you do
Wagyu.
that, yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
Bringing in those kinds of ingredients, yeah.
Make it premium. You know?
Yeah, but if you're sticking to the original ingredients, and let's say now you're doing Wagyu in there,
You're pushing boundaries. I get it.
you're
I
pushing
get it.
boundaries, like, you know, doing different things with it. I think that's always gonna happen. You know, you're not replacing the traditional. You're just creating more alternatives.
You never go to. It just happens with Vietnam. I don't know if it's like with Thai people, where it's like, dude, I can't find a good pad Thai is better than the West. You know, if I eat pad Thai in the West, it's so much better. But you probably know that pad Thai is probably better in Thailand.
Pad Thai is better in Thailand, in my opinion.
So why do we have that? Because you have the same kind of quality ingredients, blah 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 blah. Why don't we have that with Vietnam? Right? That's my counterpoint.
Yeah, I think it's certain dishes.
Yeah.
I think with pho, like if we're talking about the U.S., if we're talking about Australia, you know, these are like places that specialize in beef.
Yeah.
So like you're in the heartland, the source of like top world class, top grade beef. So then you have that advantage.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like economics.
Yeah.
Like in order for Vietnam to do that kind of beef, they have to bring it over. And so unless Vietnamese beef becomes better quality than the US or Australia or other places, like
I'm trying to think like
it's hard to compete. But other dishes, they could do that.
I'm trying to think like, is there other examples of this, but with other nationalities? That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
what I'm like, mate, is this Thailand or Cambodia have better dishes out
Where
in
the-
America as well?
Or
I'm
like
like,
overseas does
yeah.
it better.
or it's like because we're so niche and
Yeah.
we're just Vietnamese, we just focus on that. But I
Yeah.
don't know if there's the same argument with other countries or just
bet
Vietnam.
there is. I'll bet there. I'm just imagining like someone going to Italy.
Wait, are tacos better in the States or in Mexico?
Oh, dude.
Chị mở cái quán này lâu chưa?
Lâu rồi, gần 40 mấy năm.
40 mấy năm. Wow. Can't talk bad now, bro, about this joint. Huh? What do you think now of this joint, huh?
With the auntie smiles, plus
It's-
one star.
5 stars.
it's the like hospitality, man. That
She
also
called.
makes it
Wait. She called us gung.
Gung. When you get hit with the gung,
It's game over.
It's over.
It's game
I'm
over.
coming back.
Travel next to somewhere else. Food. Battle this guy and know any more places. Let me know in the comments. See y'all next one.